It's 1776, and this production, this musical, is no ordinary history lesson, but an effort to shift perspectives on American history. And joining me now is Julia Shashnik. She's ART's Community Organizing Manager. Thank you for being here today. Julia, set the stage for us. 1776 is a contemporary interpretation of an historic moment. Tell us a little bit more.
Yes, so 1776 really looks at the moment that the Declaration of Independence was written and signed. So it really takes place over the course of a few action-packed days, and this reimagining of the production invites us to really explore with a critical lens what was happening in that moment and what was sacrificed in order to get to that document.
And in fact, through this production, we get to see how the sausage was made, so to speak. The show addresses some key questions in creating the Declaration of Independence. What mattered to some of the founding fathers and what didn't?
Yes, we really get to see their different personalities, their different priorities, and what they were each bringing into this room. And it brings people so much from our actual history, but the way that the show is presented, it infuses some nuance from our modern perspective as well.
And as we're watching the clip here, and for those of our viewers who haven't seen this production, they'll immediately notice that all of the actors are women. Women are cast in the main roles. Of all the roles, Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson. Talk about the non-traditional casting of not only women, but women of color in this production.
Yes, we have a phenomenal large ensemble cast that represents a diversity of genders, races, and ethnicities. They all identify as female, trans, and non-binary. It really helps to bring in this modern perspective that helps us to really analyze this historical moment, so we can see that space between when the Declaration of Independence was written and signed and where we are today.
And when the curtain goes up at first, it takes a moment to kind of get used to seeing women in these roles, doesn't it?
It does, and we have that moment to really take it all in and see all these people, these incredible actors representing such a diversity of identity, stepping into the shoes of these men that we have been taught so much about. And that casting, to me, really allows me to hone this critical lens and see what was happening in that room, and almost 250 years later, how we get to this phenomenal, diverse ensemble of actors.
Traditionally, when we see the founding fathers portrayed on stage, they all have on the white powdered wigs. But in this interpretation, we don't see any of those white powdered wigs. Why?
Yes, we have so many incredible people behind the scenes with hair and makeup and costumes who were really taking the lead from our creative team and our directors to infuse both a mix of accurate historical details, but also some modern and culturally specific details that represent these actors who are portraying these roles, because the production really wants us to know who these actors are as people and what their identities are, at the same time as holding this history that they're portraying.
And so we see everyone with their own hair, their natural hair, their braids, their ponytail, whatever their particular look is.
Yes, some long nails on stage as well. There's a big celebration of that.
So, Julia, there are some local workshops and discussions connected to the performance. Talk about that piece of it, if you would.
Absolutely. So in my role at the ART, I helped develop our community programming. And with this show, I really wanted to expand on this idea that the production is taking, which is exploring that space between the history that we're taught growing up and the actual histories that make up so many of us. So I know as a Latina woman, I was really curious about how do I approach this history as someone whose family isn't necessarily represented in this story. So I created this program, Declaration Reclamation. And it really asks this question: how is my story a part of American history? And explores the gap between the histories we're taught and the histories that define us. So I created a series of workshops across the city that explore that question through different disciplines. So we had a theater game workshop, a workshop for children that really explored what monuments are and who gets to be remembered. We had an amazing workshop for immigrant communities that remixed the national anthem. And we have two more coming up, our final workshops. We have a panel on reparations this Monday. It's a virtual panel. And then our final event will be a celebration on Spectacle Island to celebrate all of the work that we've done excavating our different histories and amplifying underrepresented voices.
And as you were out in the community, how did people respond to opening up this conversation about how the Declaration of Independence was put together, particularly in these times in which we live?
Yes, that has been something so interesting with this program and production is how relevant this show becomes each week as, all these current events unfold and our country is going through so many changes. So that's something I've heard a lot with our audiences, both through the program and audiences at large, is just learning how much hasn't changed since 1776 and how much we have sort of missed over the years and what we could have done back then. So this production and this program is really helping us find new pathways to create a better country as we move forward.
Julia, do you think that an honest discussion and looking at a reinterpretation of how the Declaration of Independence was formed can help us move away from the past and move forward?
Absolutely. I think for me, this production really helps me see how we have to confront the past and the ugliest parts of it in order to move forward, or we really risk making the same mistakes over and over again. So I think this production in my program, it's been exciting to bring different communities together to have these conversations and to really interrogate our history in order to have a better path forward.
All right, Julia Shashnik, thank you for joining us today. Everybody, tickets are available at the ART in Cambridge now through Sunday, July 24th, and 1776 opens on Broadway in September, so make sure you go check it out. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Cityline 5, and you can follow me on Twitter at Karen Holmes Ward. Have a great afternoon.